Previously on Fly with the Guy. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. We're gonna go to Dunkin', get us iced coffee. It's time for City Boys to pop out. Summer 2021, let's go. I've accepted the fact that Rihanna's not coming back to music, but she left us on a high note. Long story short, she passed out, she hasn't eaten today, and her blood sugar dropped.
I've been trying to make my wallet fold all day. Cashing in my dreams, big payout. Underneath my money tree, big shade out. Now these models
Good evening, frequent flyers. Welcome aboard for another video on the channel. I'm Brandon, I'm a guy who flies. As a Miami-based flight attendant for a U.S. carrier, tonight we're going out on another stand-up because at this point, this is all I can really hold at my seniority, but still thankful to have a line. Having a slight disagreement with the clock, you know, in terms of what time I need to leave the house, because the electrician was over fixing my lights. So anyway, y'all got my bag back. It's all fixed, so now he ready to roll with the best of them. And I'm about to go get signed in. I am working in my third preference position today, so yeah, not the best, but here we go. So I made it to the airport, y'all. Look who I ran into, my friend. It's Chanel. She working tonight, but she not working on my trip. Anyway, what is that? Really? Sheesh. So y'all know I was having that little disagreement with the clock, so I was pumping it through the terminal, right? And and this guy stopped me and he was like, "Do you speak Creole?" I said, "I can understand it, but I can't speak it." And so then he was like, "I just got here and I'm trying to leave." And he was like, "Can I go out?" I was like, "Yeah, just walk out the door." But then I was like, "Okay, you might ask me more than that." And I was like, "Okay, so like," I said, "Are you trying to get an Uber or a taxi or something?" He was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Well, just go down one level." And he was like, "Well, can you help me get, like, order it?" And I was like, "Sir, I am late." I got to go. Didn't put anything on your schedule for tomorrow. Alright, y'all, so we have made it to Baltimore. Quick and easy flight. Y'all know, people get sick, the usual. We did really, really well with credit cards. I don't think I've ever talked about credit cards with you all, but I participate in the credit card rewards program or whatever, and that is commission-based for us, so kind of nice to do that. And that's actually the money that I use to fund all of my like trips and mini vacations. I send all of that somewhere else and that goes to the travel fund. I have 2 beds this time, so y'all know, one to lay, one to play, but we only here for 4 hours, so it ain't gonna be much playing. We're just about to lay. Just lost, completely lost. The signs that tell you where the room's at, well, I don't ever tell you what direction the elevator is, but. Alright, good morning y'all, here we go. Back on our way. A couple of hours later, had trouble falling asleep, so I didn't get to sleep until like 2:30. I rolled right back over at 4. I think because I was nervous. When I checked in and asked him about sudden wake-up call, he said they was having phone issues and that it probably wouldn't go through, so I should just use the alarm on my phone, which I'm like, I like to have double coverage. Going back, just a 1 flight back to Miami. The only beauty for these is that because you're on duty all night, you get extra credit over what you actually fly. So I have some food left over in my bag to eat in the flight. I'm gonna make some coffee when I get on the plane, and I'm going to be okay.
First floor.
Let's go to work.
Past life, Oluwa ba mi ṣe o. Go jẹ́ kí n kó ere o. Say na your hand it dey o. They make you bless my way, as I know we like so. Whoa, whoa.
Alright y'all, so we have made it back to Miami, and that stand-up is done. I'm about to record 2 different endings. I don't know which one I'm about to use. So I'm about to head home. I'll be right back tomorrow. This is my vampire week, so all nighttime and overnight duty periods. I will see you all when I come back to work. Hey y'all, what's going on? So this is day 3 of 6, getting ready to head out. We are not working a stand-up tonight, but we are working a red-eye turn. So yeah, I have my little bags packed, you know, just in case we get left over, and I'm about to set my room up for me to come back, which means we're gonna go ahead and turn down the bed, because when we get back at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 6 o'clock in the morning, we need no obstacles between us and rest. And I just need to go put on some smell good. Not too much, you know, you never wanna OD. As a flight attendant, you never wanna OD on perfume and cologne, because you're literally around a bunch of people and you never know who's gonna have what reaction to what you're wearing. Just enough to notice, not too much to overwhelm. When I come down the cabin, you gonna know it's me, but you're not gonna remember that it's me, okay? That part right there. So yeah, let me get on out of here, try to beat some of this rush hour traffic and get to the airport. Down the jet bridge a little bit later than I'm supposed to be, because actually I'm on time, but I got random insecurity, so I had to go through regular screening. And I want to show you all a new little treat on my bag. Remember I told you I saw a flight attendant and I had something? We're like the worst influences of each other, but yeah, now I can like record more like airport content for you all, and I have to worry about holding my coffee. Alright, so we have made it to Denver, y'all. That was a rough one. Like, when I tell you they were on Nuckabee Bus level 1 during boarding, and it was just long. It was a long flight. It was weathering over like the Midwest, so that caused the seatbelts not to be on for an extremely long time. But yeah, we have deplaned. The aircraft is currently getting clean, and we were well over what our block time was supposed to be. So I guess we'll be a little bit delayed going back. I wanted to go to the crew room and heat up my food, but I don't have time to. So now we have the red eye back to Miami, and I will see y'all when the sun is up. So not so exciting news. Based on our block time, our actual flight time going back to Miami, our pilots would time out, like they would go over their legal duty days. So they now have to come off of the trip, which means we have to get new pilots. And pilots don't sit couch in the airport like flight attendants, which means they have to do like a 2-hour call out for pilots. So I think we're now on a 2-hour and 40-minute delay. So we were supposed to leave here at 11:20, which is now, and we won't be leaving now until probably 2 a.m. Alright, so just to update, it is 1:32, and our new departure time is 2:40. We're supposed to start boarding at 1:55. We have FO. Captain is supposed to be on the way, so we shall see, but well, legalities matter, so I have nothing to do, but we're now getting pushed to a 14-hour duty day, because we all signed in at 7:03 yesterday. If hanging on by a thread was a person, if truth is I'm tired is a person, if hanging on by a wing and a prayer was a person, it is me right now. Y'all, so the sit was cool. I was able to go to the crew room and actually heat up my food since we had that delay. Some of the flight attendants in the crew room sitting couch recognized me from being on YouTube. Hey, shout out to y'all. Welcome to the law. When I tell you we boarded, Jesus, hold on. This night tried to take me out, y'all. The hardest part about having an unexpected delay and extended sit is that we don't get paid for that. We not getting paid for that. So you just chilling. Like, oh my gosh. When we left, it was like 2:40 Mountain Time, which is 4:40 a.m. East Coast time. So at this point, my body is like, we were supposed to get off at 5 o'clock. Like, I made a pot of coffee. I drank the entire pot of Starbucks coffee by myself. And the devil thought he had me because it ain't do nothing on the struggle bus tonight. It was so quiet because everybody was so exhausted because they had just sat in the airport waiting on delay. So nobody wanted nothing. Nobody got up. There was no movement. There was no sounds. It was just the silent hum of the plane. You have nights like these. You have days like these. But my gosh, Jesus. When I tell you 1 minute it was dark outside, the next minute it was orange, like the sun was up. And then next thing you know, I looked out the window, it's crayon blue outside. I said, look at the sky. When did it become daytime? We still flying. It was the longest 3 hours and 40 minutes of my life, but I'm done, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing else. This is day number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is day number 4 of this 6-day stretch. We'll be back for the rest. Hey, frequent flyers, welcome back. Today is day number 5 of 6. So we have one more stand-up to work, and that will close out the month of May, because since I'm working 6 days, I cannot work on day number 7, so that means I cannot work on Memorial Day, so no holiday pay there. But anyway, I'm about to head out a little bit early, run by Chick-fil-A, and grab some food, or either the sub place, one of the two. Okay, so apologies for that. My camera battery died, so I'll be vlogging on my phone, I guess. I filmed my Plan With Me video for June today, and that took like an hour plus, so yeah, that battery was shot. Anyway, I did go get some food. I ended up going to Jimmy John's and getting a sub. No, not Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, to get a sub, because Chipotle not letting you inside. Like, you have to order on the app and basically do the curbside pickup option. And I ain't have time for that. And y'all already know I don't like to order Chipotle over the app, because I feel like they never make it the way they make it when you stand in front of them while they make your food. So that's that. Made it to the airport. You can definitely tell it is a holiday weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, because the parking is stiff, and it's a Saturday, which is usually a light travel day. But we're gonna see what it look like when we go on up in this airport. Like I said, I'm working a Baltimore stand-up, so we just have the one leg to Baltimore. We'll be on the ground for about 6 hours, and then we will work one flight back. So I just had a realization as soon as I turned off the camera, and that the reason why Chipotle aren't letting people inside is probably because the governor has rolled back on the mask mandate in public, but I think individual businesses can still decide. I went out last night, and everywhere I went to did not require you to have a mask on for entry, and that just felt really, really weird. But I guess that's some returning to whatever life is going to be like moving forward. However, masks are still required. Public transportation. People be walking through the airport without their mask on, but listen, when you come on the aircraft, it is still required. I have to refresh my schedule because we had 2 open positions on our crew, and so I don't know if those positions have been filled yet. I would imagine that they probably called reserves to work them because they weren't on any line holder schedule. The last time I checked, and nobody had picked it up, so it'll be interesting to see who we're working with tonight. All right, I feel like every airport has one. The extremely long jet bridge. This is the one for our terminal, well, our concourse here in Miami. This thing is just, it's not OD long, but it's long. And I think I'm the first one down here. Yeah. Appreciate it. Alright y'all, so we have made it in to Baltimore. Nothing to report from the flight, which is excellent. You know we like uneventful flights. Okay, is that not plugged in? No, it's not. Hold on. Fun fact, the captain that I'm working with on this flight is actually very familiar to me because we were in the same crash pad back when I was Philly based. And he came, I want to say, like maybe 2 months into me being there, but it was right around the time when the Panasonic had first started. And so nobody was really working because everything got canceled and we were all just sitting in the crash pad. So I got to know him really well. So it was really cool to catch up with him. All in all, it's been a really, really good night. I ate my sub in flight, so now I'm good. I'm gonna make myself go to sleep tonight. Not sitting up. I can be asleep before 1 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, get up at 4 o'clock. That's the plan. Good night, y'all. Well, so a couple hours later, and y'all already know the deal. We headed right on back to Miami. This is literally my last flight for May, because this is day number 6 of working in a row. That's not 6 days in a row, but it really has been 6 days in a row. Well, let's go downstairs early. They offer coffee in the lobby. I'm not making myself any coffee. I'm just grabbing the supplies because I'm gonna make my coffee once I get to on the plane, because I just don't want to deal with it getting in and out of the shuttle or walking to the airport and too much. So yes, that's it. It was a little brisk outside when we got here last night, and I hope it's, you know, not as cold right now. Let's see. But anyway, I got some much needed rest on the y'all, so back in Miami, this week of overnight duty periods is over. What was supposed to be a nice and easy flight back was interesting. One of the first couple of passengers that came on, and the row that where he was sitting was directly under where my bag was in the overhead bin. But I happened to look in the cabin, and he was taking my bag and moving it to put his bag directly above the row. Like, no sir, no sir, no sir. Never touch crew bag. Like, our bags are where they are for a specific reason. Overhead bin space is a first come, first serve, in a space near your seat. It does not have to be above your seat. Put my bed back and put your bag right there, okay? That's one. Then get everybody on board, light flight, really cool passengers. Everyone was nice and pleasant. You know, I'm saying good morning, people saying good morning back. I'm like, ooh, yes, these are good vibes on go home day. Day number 6, we start doing the demo. Mind you, I'm up front, and I have a passenger who is like a couple rows back, and she's like doing like this, trying to get my attention. But mind you, I'm up there, you know, throwing gang signs and stuff like that. So I was like, 1 second. And then she was like insistent about it. So I'm like, okay, let me just pause a second, and then I go to her. As I'm walking back to her, she like, and then all I see is just vomit, like in the hand, in the seat, like projectile. And I was like, oh. So y'all already know because we've had all the medicals this week, this month. So spring into action. Ooh, girl, get you a bag. Go to the lab. Call the captain. Please stop moving. And so I was able to reseat people. Come on up, get out of the way. You good? She was like, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and change clothes. So she was good. She was super apologetic about it. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll help clean up. She was like, has this ever happened? I'm like, girl, you don't know the half. Like, it happens a lot. What she ate from this morning just did not sit right in her stomach. She wasn't sick or anything like that. She just, her body was like, yeah, no. But other than that, quick and easy flight. Like I said, I was working with my classmate. She's transferring from our base, so it was nice that I got to work with her on like basically my last flight of the month, her last trip, I think, from our base, because she's going to another base, so I'm gonna miss her. It was like, we should take a day trip. And so we're just looking at all the flights as we're walking out, and it was like Orlando, and then there was Chicago, and then we saw like Jamaica, and then St. Thomas. And we was like, you wanna go to St. Thomas for the day? I was like, I'm off. So like, let me know, because I will throw these clothes in the back of the car with the quickness, and I know I got some clothes in there, because you know, we keep a little spin a night bag in the trunk for these reasons. Yeah, that's it. Y'all can see I'm like hyped up on coffee at this point, wide awake, but I'm going home and taking a nap. Thank you all if you made it this far into the video. Like, I appreciate the support. I will see you all the next time. I'm Brandon, I'm a guy who flies. Be easy.
It goes by.